Hey everybody, this is James, Rattlesnake Defense. I'm up here on a beautiful day, warmest day we've had in a few weeks. Thought I'd come up here and show you guys something new that I thought was interesting. It's currently sprinkling right now, so while we're waiting for the rain to stop so we could shoot, I wanted to go over the 21 Sharps. And I feel like this requires a little bit of explanation as to why this exists and what I learned about it and what that might mean. So, this is what we're here to talk about today. This is the 21 Sharps by Winchester. I have behind me a Savage, one of the 93s, chambered in 21 Sharps. We're going to shoot and see how well it shoots, because that's the best way I know to test something. But before we get into all that, I wanted to go over a couple things about this and why this exists to you. So, bullets, you know, of course, this is going to compare to the 22 long rifle, rightfully so. So everybody's going to say, why does this exist when the 22 long rifle is already well established? It's cheap, it shoots well. I mean, there's a whole industry around 22 long rifles. And 22 long rifle is, I've shot thousands of 22 long rifles. But in order to understand why the Sharps exist, we have to talk about healing. So what it is the 22 long rifle, the bullet is the same diameter as the outside of the shell casing. So right here where it meets the casing, it goes in a little bit and narrows and goes down, as to where the 21 Sharps, the bullet, like virtually all other bullets nowadays, is the same size as the, come on, there we go, is the same size as the inside diameter. So this is what we're talking about. Now, on a practical sense, what that means is that the 21 Sharps, and I know I'm going to screw this up at some point, so bear with me if I misspeak. But the 21 Sharps, the bullet is straight down all the way into the inner diameter of the essentially the 22 long rifle casing. That means the bullets are straight. It's going to be a little bit more efficient theoretically. It's going to be easier to produce theoretically, and it's going to be more consistent because of the ease to produce a straight is going to make it more consistent. And again, theoretically, you should get better groups at a lower price than you get with the 22 long rifle. Now, my beef with that is 100 rounds of 21 Sharps right now is like $26. I could buy 100 rounds of 22 for 10 to 15. So I feel like at this point, that point's moot. But Winchester's the only one making it. Savage is the only one I could find a gun in right now. So you got to race with what you brought to the track, and that's what we have with us today. But the argument being that a healed bullet, such as the 22 long rifle, because of the way it's shaped, cannot be as consistent as most modern ammos, because the bullet itself is a little bit inconsistent in shape and not as aerodynamic as a lot of the new pointed rounds. The one that comes to mind to me is like the 6.5 Creedmoor. Of course, it's a very ballistically efficient round. It's pointed, you know, it's designed in modern times. 22 long rifle is a very old design that we've kept all this time. Of course, I'm not here to say anything bad about 22 long rifle. That's not my point at all. I just want to tell you why Winchester says that the 21 Sharps exists. Because my very first question when I saw this was why. So the why is that because it's easier to produce, it could be more consistent, so theoretically it should shoot better. So we're going to test that as soon as the weather breaks. Of course, the gun I have to test is a Savage. It's the 93 bolt action. It's a medium contour barrel, and it is in the minimalist stock. So I got it paired with a Vortex 6 to 24 power scope. I thought that would be something in the range, and we'll try that out and see what happens. So let's wait for the weather and we'll get to it. All right, so here we are. Got a break in the weather for a minute. Now, of course, the circumstances here are not ideal. It's cold, there's a little bit of a wind, everything is damp. But I got my target camera set up here, and I got 10 rounds loaded. Now, I want you to know right off the bat, my expectation isn't going to be that this shoots like a one-hole group or anything. And as I've not fired this yet, I mean, it's still got the tags on it. I'm sure that there's going to be some break-in time. So what I'm going to do is shoot my 10 grounds, give you my initial assessment, then we're going to shoot it a lot and then see what kind of groups we get out of it. But being that the circumstances aren't ideal, I don't expect awesome groups. The target's at 50 yards. I do expect it to be kind of consistent. I don't want to see any big flyers or anything. So without any further prammling, let's get at it. One more. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I didn't put two in the same hole anywhere, did it? They're all pretty close together. I mean, those squares are 1-inch squares, 50 yards. That's not great. But first shots, of course, it feels like a 22. I don't know what to tell you. Let's shoot it a lot more and see if we can get some good groups out of it, and then we'll give you some closing thoughts. What do you think about that? All right, so let's talk about the gun a little bit, just to cover our bases. This is a Savage 93 with the minimalist setup, threaded barrel, bolt action, 10 round. They make these in various calibers. This isn't anything new. It's just the gun that I was able to get in this new caliber. Now, you guys are probably very familiar with these guns. Generally, they shoot relatively well. I can tell you a couple things I've noticed on this is that I could tell there's a little extra velocity as opposed to a 22 long rifle just by the sound. And the bolt closes a little bit harder. I don't know what that's about. Might just be that it's new. And I'm hitting that steel out there, but it doesn't do the ring I get with the 22s. Probably something to do with the bullet. Could be the conditions. But, you know, reliable action. Not crazy about these magazines. Accu-Trigger, you guys make up your own mind on that if you like that or not. But, you know, fairly good weight, good feeling gun. I like the cutouts on this. So that's a little info on the gun itself. But like I said, the main thing we're here to find out is if I can get this thing to shoot straight. So we're back to that. So we've put coming up on 200 rounds now. And I got some questions about really why this exists. My groups are 1 inch, give or take. As you can see, they've not improved dramatically. Now, of course, the conditions aren't ideal. So I'm not going to hold the gun too responsible for not having excellent groups. You know, these rimfires can be kind of finicky. That being said, my CZ isn't this finicky. So, and there's this. This is the third time I've had to reach in with my pocket knife and pull the casing out. No obvious reason why. So when it comes right down to it, you know, the big pitches here are it's easier for Winchester to manufacture. Well, that's great. That helps Winchester out. What does that do for you? Does that make it cheaper for you to buy? No. These are right now more expensive than the 22 long rifle. Does it make the guns cheaper to buy? No. The same price as a 22 long rifle. The thing you could have sold me on was consistency. But as of right now, I'm getting meh consistency out of this. You know, I got a CZ457 to shoot circles around this thing, so I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be excited about. I understand that the 22 long rifle is an outdated cartridge. It needs to be updated. I get that. But I'm afraid you're going to need something better than this to pry people's 22s out of their hands, you know? I just don't know if this is... I don't know if this is the one or not. I wanted to like it. I wanted to come up here and it shoot really good and me have something special. But it shoots average. Couple malfunctions, kind of stuff you'd expect. I'm just not sure exactly what it is that I'm supposed to be in love with here. I'm not sure what, you know, what it is that I'm supposed to say that you should buy this over a 22 long rifle or a 22 Magnum. And I know it's been a while since the 17 come out, and I know we're doing new rimfire cartridge, and maybe this is it. But my beef is right now, and this is my main beef right now, is I can't try any other ammo because this is pretty much all you can get. So until there's more variety available, you might not see any huge improvement. So, you know, right now you can have whatever you want, so long as it's a Savage with Winchester ammo. So maybe there's hope for this. I don't want to be a naysayer. I wanted to like it, but right now it's just me. And with the extra money for the ammo, I'm just not sure why. So, you know, whatever you want to do with that information, I'm just here to tell you what I think. My opinion's no more valid than yours. But we might revisit this when the conditions are a little bit better in the spring and see if we can actually get this thing to shoot super good. So thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. Here, bug. Here, buggy. Ah! Got him.